Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes for Hella Handmade Creations for the month of August to share with you all. If you haven't heard of what Hella Handmade Creations is, it's a monthly collab between indie makers. They come together and they create limited edition items, so like nail polish, cuticle care, hand cream, anything like handmade. I've seen wallets and cat toys and stuff like that. So similar to Pahlish Pickup, Hella Handmade Creations, the makers will create these items based off of a theme, but like for Pahlish, so for Pahlish Pickup, you have a common theme, and for Hella Handmade Creations, the makers have their own options to come up with their theme. And this goes on for about like 4 or 5 months. So at the end of that session, you can have like a mini collection if you choose to get all of the items for a specific maker for their specific theme for that time. Some of the items are capped, meaning that there's only a certain amount that are created, and once they sell out, that is usually it. You can't get your hands on them anymore. Hella Handmade Creations does have like an overpour section. I think it's called overpour. I forget the exact name. But sometimes you may catch polishes from the month before or from previous months that still may be available, and you have that option to pick it up. They're always open the 14th of every month, and then they close on the 21st. Wish listing for Hella Handmade Creations opens up the 1st of every month, so you have a lot of time to decide what you want to get. So I have a lot of polishes to share, so let's get into it. All right, everybody, we're going to start off with the BCB Lacquers. This is an encore polish, so they're bringing back Azarath Metrian Zinthos 2.0. Hopefully I said that right. This one was from their series from the DC comics, so just an FYI, it's inspired by Raven from the Teen Titans, and it's described as a deeper purple base than the original, but it has the same strong blue, purple, pink shifting shimmer and hollow flakies. It's priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles. But as you can see, it had an amazing formula. I built it up in 2 coats. I think long or short nails, I think 2 coats will be fine for everybody, honestly. I'm in love with the glowiness, with the boldness that this has, with the darker shifts that you see along the perimeters of my nail. I love that mysterious look that you get with this polish. The glow factor is so beautiful. I feel like it has a different sort of glow, like a dark, deep glow, if that makes any sense. I don't know, it just reminds me of a more like a vampire type of glow. It's just beautiful. Like, it really is a deeper violet, deeper purple sort of base. It's just gorgeous. This is an absolute stunner. I think if you are a seasonal polish wearer, if you're a seasonal polish wearer, if you are, you're really gonna enjoy this one for any season, really. It's like bright enough to wear in the summer, but it's still bold enough to wear in the winter time. It is beautiful. And then of course the hollow flakies in here just makes it even more stunning. Pictured are 2 coats of BCB Lacquers. Hopefully I'm saying this right, but BCB Lacquers Azarath Metrian Zinthos 2.0. The second BCB Lacquers polish that we have is called the Flashbacks That Follow, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 300 bottles, and they are continuing their fairy tale series. This one's inspired by Gray Fullbuster. It is a gray jelly with a strong purple, blue, red, orange shifting shimmer. Can you believe that this is a gray jelly? Because I cannot. I am sort of shocked reading the description right now, so I usually swatch and then I read descriptions afterwards, and I am bloweth away because I thought that this was like a straight up like purple base. I mean, you can obviously see, sorry, this is a little bit blurry, but you can see the beautiful sparkle here. You can obviously see when I applied that first coat that it was more sort of that grayer side, but then as I kept building up, it definitely built up the intensity, and we're getting a lot of that beautiful shifty shimmer. So we see predominantly a lot of the purple, we see the red and the orange at these extreme angles. I see like the tiniest bit of blue sort of at like the edges of the nails, but this is beautiful, and I am like, whoa. I could not believe when I was reading this, like, what, wait a minute, gray, and it's a jelly, because the opacity was amazing. I'm going to recommend 3 coats for everybody. Pictured are 3 coats of BCB Lacquers, the Flashbacks That Follow, with a glossy top coat. BCB Lacquers is also bringing us a cuticle oil, and this is Canna Mint. priced at $18. Oh my god, it's not priced at $18, guys. It's priced at $8. And there's a cap of 150 of these. So this one has notes of muddled mint, pineapple, lime, sugar, and rum. Oh my god, it smells delicious. Okay, you have jojoba oil, coconut oil, sunflower oil, avocado, almond oil, and tea tree oil. And this the fragrance is skin safe, just an FYI. But you have your little clicker, you just click 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 and the oil comes out. Now if you haven't tried BCB Lacquer oils and you love scents, oh my god, you have to. BCB Lacquers is like the queen of like scents when it comes to the cuticle oils. They are so spot on. You can literally ask for a specific scent, or you can think of a scent, or you can read the description of what the scent is going to be, and it will literally smell like that but 10 times better. Like, amazing. If you are sensitive to smells, then maybe you might not want to do the BCB Lacquer cuticle oils. There are some that are not as intense, a little more mild, but this one wasn't super intense, but it still smelled so great and so refreshing. Oh my god, I loved it. And to top it off, they do an amazing job with moisturizing and all of that. So not only do they smell delicious, but they also do their job. So again, you have can of mint, priced at $8. There's 150 of these guys available, so just keep that in mind. Next up, we have Cuticula, and this is Aurora's Cake, priced at $13, and there is no cap. They are continuing their Disney Dreamlight Valleys series, and this one is described as having a crelly base with turquoise, green, blue large particle shifting shimmer, and rose gold metallic flakies. This one was such a pretty, delicate color to work with. I applied it in 3 coats. I think long or short nails, 3 coats will work best for you. Just because of that crelly base, you really want to be able to build up that beautiful turquoise blue base. We have the wonderful, beautiful metallic flakies in here that just bring this base to life. I feel like you have this lighter baby blue sort of shade, but then those metallic flakies, I know this is just rose gold, but I don't know, I see a lot of other colors in there. I do, and maybe because they're metallic, so they're a little bit reflective, but I think it's beautiful. The large particle shifting shimmer, the green that's mixing in with that more turquoise sort of bluish base. I love it. I love how you can see the larger particle shimmers and how they really glimmer and dance along the nails. Such a pretty color, such a delicate shade. I think this is going to be wonderful for like a more springtime sort of polish. Maybe if you're looking for something a little more airy when you get tired of wearing your vampy colors in the winter time and you want something a little light. I was going to say light and fluffy. This polish isn't fluffy, but you know what I mean. Pictured are 3 coats of Cuticula Aurora's Cake with a glossy top coat. Here we have Garden Path Lacquers, and this is Not Enough Yellow, I think, priced at $13.50, and there is no cap. They are beginning a new series inspired by Bridgerton dresses. I love it. So they're starting off with Penelope Featherington's Emerald Green Empire dress from her Glow Up in season 3. Do you guys watch Bridgerton? I haven't watched the second part. That's a shame. I really need to, but I love Bridgerton. And I feel like this polish is spot on with the inspiration. This is described as a shifty green blue teal multichrome base that's accented with black holographic micro glitter and holographic micro flakies. And man, is this gorgeous. This is the dress on the nails, guys. This is it. Fantastic formula. I love the darker edges that we're getting here. I'm loving the glitter and the flakies that are sprinkled throughout the polish. That base is just so deep, but I feel like we're still seeing the beautiful color. Sometimes when we get darker shades, like darker greens, sometimes they sort of get washed away and the components that are in there kind of just get lost, but we're not seeing that here. We're seeing a beautiful deep emerald green, and you can tell it is emerald green. And then just the sparkliness that's in here, it is beautiful. I love it. And the formula, if I didn't say it already, was fantastic. Pictured are 2 coats of Garden Path Lacquers, Not Enough Yellow, I think, with a glossy top coat. Owl Lacquer is continuing their Bob Burger series, and this one is Stop Being a Boob Punch, priced at $12, and there is no cap. This one is described as a mauve crelly with multichrome flakes that shift aqua, blue, violet, and magenta. This was such an interesting shade. I feel like it was this, I mean, obviously it's mauve, right? But I feel like when I was painting my nails, this is what I was thinking. I was like, wow, this is such a nice muted bubblegum pink. That's what I thought originally. And usually I don't go for these sort of like mid-tone sort of pinks. But for some reason, I don't know, I just thought that this looked amazing on my tanner skin tone. I think because of those flakies that were just contrasting against this base and just the squishiness of this crelly polish. And you can see I just built it up in 2 coats, and I was perfectly fine with that. I think long or short nails, 2 to 3 coats will work best for you, but I really loved the opacity that I was getting at just the 2 coats. It was so squishy, it was so fun. The pink was just a perfect shade of this pinkish purple on my skin tone, and just the contrasting flakies, those blue like aqua sort of flakies that we're seeing majority of on the nail, was just beautiful against this lighter base. Pictured are 2 coats of Owl Lacquer, Stop Being a Boob Punch, with the glossy top coat. I was trying to go in alphabetical order, but I just can never achieve this. I don't know, it's the simplest thing, but I cannot do it. Here we have a Eyed Lacquer, and this is Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club, priced at $12.50. There's a cap of 200 bottles, and they are continuing their iconic movie quotes. So we know this one is from The Breakfast Club. It's described as a dark, dusty ultramarine crelly with red gold shifting shimmer. Oh my goodness, like, just wait till you see the full hand swatch, guys. This is another beautiful one. So you see I built it up in 3 coats, and in each coat we got a deeper base. We got lots of shiftiness going on here. We see that red and we see that gold, and nowhere in here does it say green, but we see green, okay? We see a lot of green. Now, I'm not doing a lot, and you see the shifts, like you see all of it. You see that beautiful antique looking gold. We see that beautiful red brown shade. This is the perfect polish, or going to be the perfect polish for fall time. The shifts are just insane, and the shimmer is very fine, but it gives you this wonderful little dazzle on the nails. Pictured are, and I'm going to say 3 coats for everybody, long and short nails. Pictured are 3 coats of Eyed Lacquer, Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club, with a glossy top coat. Eyed Lacquer also creates these hair oils. It's called Tamsies. So this one is, does that answer your question? It's priced at $13. It's a 10-ounce bottle, and there's a cap of 100, and it's scented in Snickers coffee. It smells delicious, guys. Okay, I love anything sweet, and this in coffee, like sweetened coffee, like come on. Sweets, I love chocolate. Coffee, I can drink caffeine all day, every day. You mix them together, it smells delicious. I love it. But I've tried the Tamsies before. I actually used up an entire bottle on my hair. I'm not going to show it to you on my hair just because I just didn't, and maybe next time. But it's an amazing oil. It has jojoba, it has argan oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil. Of course, it's skin safe as well. The fragrance is. This is a great oil for your hair. You can use it, I've used it as like a deeper sort of treatment because of all of the wonderful oils in here. And I've also used it when my hair is sort of on the frizzier end and I just need to tame it, right? But I love this oil and I recommend it to everybody. Next up we have Rogue Lacquer, and this is Mr. Smee, priced at $12, and there is no cap, and they're continuing their Peter Pan series. This one is a white crelly with red, turquoise, and blue metallic flakies. So I feel like this is a very patriotic sort of mani, but it's a very fun mani to wear when you want to brighten up your day too, right? I built it up in 3 coats. It is a crelly base, so I anticipated I might have needed a 3rd coat. I think long or short nails, 3 coats will work best for everybody. Because of all of these flakies too, I'm gonna recommend like a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat, just so that you can get a nice plump, juicy effect. Everything lays flat and you're not gonna have any issues with like the flakies lifting or anything, but if you want more juicier effect, then I recommend using both. I like to do that when I use a very like heavy, dense, flaky polish. But as patriotic as this may look, I feel like because of the baby blue, there's baby blue in here, unless it's like a mixture. I don't know. I see baby blue. Do you guys see baby blue? I see baby blue flakies. So I feel like that sort of softens up this more like patriotic sort of like mixture of components. I don't know. I just feel like it's a very happy polish, and I can see myself wearing it when maybe I'm tired of wearing my darker vampier shades, or you know, you're tired of the neons and you want to just do something a little more fun. I feel like those metallic flakies, the blue ones at least, really sort of like make this more like whiter sort of base a little more tinted. It's not your very stark white base, at least in my opinion. I don't think it is. And I think, you know, we're getting a lot of reflection off of those flakies, and it's really tinting that base. I think it's a really nice polish for sure, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. Pictured are 3 coats of Rogue Lacquer Mr. Smee with a glossy top coat. We have Penelope Luz, and they are continuing their Goddesses of Mythology series with Nana, and this is priced at $13 with a cap of 200 bottles. This is described as a grape base with purple shimmer. This was such a beautiful polish. The formula was so amazing to work with. I had swatched a collection for Penelope Luz recently, and I'll be sharing that with you guys at some point. But I was so impressed with the formula. I hadn't swatched or worn a Penelope Luz polish in a long time, and I was just blown away with how well it was, like how well the formula was and how easy it was to work with. And this one was the same thing. 2 coats, I achieved opacity. I think long or short nails, 2 coats is gonna work best for you. I love this polish. This is gonna work wonderfully for the fall time. I love the subtle shimmer that is in here, that is sprinkled throughout the polish. I feel like it almost looks like it's reflective glitter, but it's not reflective glitter. It just has this beautiful little sparkle. Like the shimmer isn't so jam-packed, it's more sparse throughout the nail. And it gives this sort of like starry night sort of vibe. And even though we have just, you know, in the description it says it's a great base, I feel like we have a little bit of shift in there, like a little bit of red tones I see, but it's beautiful. So we have pictured artsy coats of Penelope Luz Nana with a glossy top coat. So this is the second offering for Penelope Luz. This is Goddess of Wisdom. It's a magnetic topper. This one's priced at $13 and it's capped at 200 bottles. These 2 polishes will also be available as a duo too if you wanted to get both of them. So this one is a green blue magnetic with purple micro flakies and purple hollow flakies. So I topped it over the first polish that you saw, and it gave me this beautiful deeper sort of purple base, and then of course we get that wonderful green blue magnetic strip. I'm seeing more blue than I am green. I get hints of green at certain angles, but majority of the blue magnetic strip that we're seeing. Now the purple micro flakies and the purple hollow glitters sort of blend in with the base and give it a little more extra twinkle than we saw originally. Such a pretty polish. I think like building it up on its own is going to be glorious, which I didn't show you that. You can see swatches on the website, but with both of these combined, I think it just vamps up your polish even more. So here we have Penelope Luz, Goddess of Wisdom, topped over Nana, 2 coats of Nana. Here we have Pahlish, and they're continuing their Sailor Moon series. This is Sailor Mars. This one is described, well, let's back it up. This is priced at $14 and there is no cap. And it's described as a bright cherry red base packed with glowing red copper pink shifting shimmers. Oof, now is this a stunner of a red shade or not? Because man, look at that. Pahlish has been knocking it out of the park with their glowy sparkly polishes. I built it up in 3 coats. I think long or short nails, Honestly, I think 2 to 3 coats would be fine for you. Sometimes I feel like I go in with a third coat and it's not really necessary, but I'm just like, let me just see how it looks. But look at how glowy, look how intense, look how fiery this looks. We're seeing a lot of that copper, which looks a little bit more orangey at certain angles. Pink, we are seeing just very, very small amounts of that shifty pink in there, but we're seeing a lot of glow. And we're seeing that fiery, bright red cherry base with lots of beautiful coppery, shifty shimmers. So pictured are 3 coats of Pahlish Sailor Mars with a glossy top coat. Welcome Jen&Berries to HHC. This is Wherever I Goddamn Alike, priced at $13.50 and capped at 500 bottles. Their first polish is inspired by a name that I can't pronounce from the Expanse. Christian Avasarala. I can't pronounce it. I am so butchering it. Let's get into the polish. This one has a neon blue base with aqua blue violet crystal flakes and black flakes with flecks of gold and holographic sparkles. Oh my god, this is just a stunning blue polish. The flakies, love it. I love my black flakies, and I love how these black flakies are mixed into this polish. This sort of formulation, this sort of look that we're seeing here with the flakies, I love it. I love those sorts of polishes. I built this one up in 3 coats. I think long or short nails, 3 coats will work best for you. What we're doing here when we're building it up in 3 coats, we're really working to build up the base and really deepen up the color. It also gives way for you to add in those flakies, right? If you apply a polish and it's just all jam-packed with flakies, it makes it really difficult to work with. But if you have something that is a little more thinner and it takes just an extra coat for you to achieve that opacity, this is the look that you're gonna get right here. A beautiful smooth base with flakies everywhere. Such a lovely shade of blue. I love it. I think it's going to be perfect to transition from summer to fall. Pictured are 3 coats of Jen&Berries, Wherever I Goddamn Alike, with a glossy top coat. We have the lovely Victorian Varnish, and this is Iconic Exchange, priced at $14, and there's a cap of 200 bottles, and they are continuing their Apothecary Peculiarities series. This one is described as a fuchsia rose gold green at extreme angles. It's a magnetic, as you can see, with an intense green, teal blue, purple, large particle aurora shimmer. So that was a mouthful. We have a lot going on here, but everything works. Everything works, everything goes. We have a super strong magnetic pull that you can see. It is a beautiful shade of this like lighter, dustier sort of pink purple. I love how we can see that green aqua sort of large particle shimmer on the edge of the nails. Like, look at this. I was just like, I remember actually swatching this and I'm like, oh my god, like this looks like a vampy unicorn. Like, look at all the beautiful shifts that we're getting. That magnetic pull is just stunning. I feel like we have 2 or 3 different sort of lines on the nail, and I love it. I love how we can see all of these different colors in here. The pink, the rose gold, the like yellowy sort of coppery shade. We can see green. We can see like a deep violet. We can see everything here. This is definitely a vampy unicorn, guys. Like, this is what it is. This is going to make a perfect fall mani. Long or short nails, 3 coats for everybody for sure. Pictured are 3 coats of Victorian Varnish, Ionic Exchange with a glossy top coat. And the last polish is Zombie Claw, and this is Bubble Vicious, priced at $13.50, and there's a cap of 100 bottles. They are continuing their Powerpuff Girls series. This was inspired by Bubbles being vicious. It's described as a turquoise base with hollow and purple flakies and bright purple pink blue flakies. This one caught me by surprise. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it really built up to a more deeper turquoise shade, and I really liked that. I love how we have these purple, pink, blue flakies all in the mix. I feel like it gives it this beautiful, like edgy sort of vibe. You have the darker teal base, and then you have these sort of more feminine, lighter color flakies in the polish. and it just gives off definitely bubbles, definitely like Powerpuff Girls, but you know, with a little bit of attitude. The formula was easy to work with. I'm gonna recommend 3 coats for everybody to get what you see here. Pictured are 3 coats of Zombie Claw Bubble Vicious with a glossy top coat. All right, a couple of standouts for me. I'm going to pick 2. They were all lovely polishes, but 2 of them, if I had to dwindle down, the first one's gonna be from BCB Lacquers, and this is Azarath Metrian Zinthos. Oh my God, I'm not saying that right. But this is absolutely beautiful. I love the glow that it gave off on the nails. Of course, it has your addition of the hollow flakies in there, so it's gonna give you a nice little sparkle, which I always appreciate. But this was a gorgeous polish. I would wear this now in the summertime, and then I would also wear it in the winter, or actually maybe Halloween, because it gives you that like purplish sort of tone that you think of when you think of Halloween. Next one being Eyed Lacquer. This is Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club. This was just so beautiful. The shifts, like everything about it just stunned me when I swatched it. Like you're seeing right now a lot of that like reddish brownish color, and I'm seeing a lot of green, yellow. It's just a beautiful color. I love when polishes are super intensely shifty, and you see something on the nail and then you see something different a second time, and then you see, you know, the bottle on camera, and then in person it's just so different. I love those sorts of like shifty polishes. All right, everybody, that is all that I have for you today. Let me know if you plan on picking up any of these polishes. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next one.